Hey everybody, this is Robert here. I just want to do a little tutorial on how to read a chord chart. Now, I'm sure there's a piano guy that shows you how to read a lead sheet, but I'm going to do something that is that actually most worship leaders and people, and of course guitar players, read more than likely. It's a chord chart. This is kind of what a chord chart looks like. As you can see, sometimes they would have the key. This one particularly doesn't have the key, but it'll give you the chords and the lyrics, basically. Whether it's, and of course this one has capo 3, but that means you just transpose the song 3 half steps above what's the original key, with the first chord. Instead of an F, it actually goes higher, goes to F sharp, G, A flat, or G sharp would be the first chord instead of F. So that's one noticeable thing. And when it says capo anything, that means that the number is actually how many half steps above the original key that you have to transpose it. And it can be quite hard at first. So maybe I'll do a video on transposing it. So as you can see here, there's sections like verse 1, chorus, verse 2, things like that. And the intro chords will be the start, and so you're gonna have to learn. You're gonna have to know the theory of chords, which I'll have to get out my keyboard. So, for example, the F chord is basically F-A-C on the piano. And make sure you use the octave that's between middle C and the octave above middle C. And you can go to a website called Ultimate Guitar. I'll put the link in the description below, and that website gets you the chord charts to any song. And most of the time the chords actually are pretty much on the whenever on top of the word is the time that you play that certain chord. Like this one, well, let's do the chorus. This first one called I Feel Alright, and so it's like this. So you basically play the F chord right on, or just before the first word. And the good thing about chord charts is you can write notes on there, like what notes to play for the intro, or even how long to hold a certain chord. And dynamics and certain rhythms. The downside is that you really don't know the rhythm of a certain song unless if you actually listen to it either on Pandora, Spotify, or you buy the track from the internet. Or if you have it on a CD, you can rip it into iTunes. So this is just an example of a chord chart. Usually they take like 2 or 3 pages. And so guitar players use this all the time. So for a guitar player, capo 3 means you put a capo on the 3rd fret. And let's say, here's my ukulele, and here's a capo. For a certain song, you put the capo like this, and then what you play is actually the fingering. For example, this is the F chord. Well, this is the F chord, so you play the F fingering with the capo. That's, of course, A flat. And usually it's standard tuning for the guitar, but for the piano player, you have to transpose it, and that's the hard part. Basically, for any chord that has the name of the note, the written note as the root, it's always going to be, in a diatonic scale, which is basically do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do from The Sound of Music. But you hit the first note, and then you skip the second note, then you hit the 3rd note, and then you skip the 4th note, and then you hit the 5th note, and there's your chord. And it's the same for all the chords. Now, when you get into minor chords, you would just have to flat the 3rd note. And diminished chords, you flat the 3rd and 5th note. Now, if all of this seems very foreign to you, then go to subscribe to the piano guy, and he'll actually tell you. Now, this chord chart, one last thing, this chord chart doesn't have a staff, so you really don't know the time signature until you listen to it. Usually it's in 4/4, but it could also be in 6/8 or even 12/8. For example, the Doctor Who theme song is actually in 12/8 time, which is basically counted in 4. And 4 times for a triplet for each count, for each big count. Alright, that's pretty much my general tutorial on chord charts. I will put the link down below, and right now I'm at 9 subscribers, so if one more subscriber, then I will post any other tutorial or taste test video or cover for any song that you wish. So just write down what you would like for me to do in the comments below. Thank you. Have a great day.